Excuse me. Thank you. Pardon me.
Did you get popcorn? Did you grab the popcorn?
No, I thought you were gonna eat popcorn.
Did you sneak candy in?
No.
Oh my God! It's starting! It's starting!
Hey! Shh. There's a lot out there to see. This is what we watched.
Do you watch? Have you seen anything else recently other than Batman?
Yes.
Well, we'll argue about Batman in a second.
That's fine. I saw.
I mean, let me phrase that. We won't argue. I will explain to you why you didn't like Batman.
And I will point out a few things that I think that you liked that you didn't realize you liked.
No, I mean, I'm saying. Okay, anyways, we'll get there.
We'll get there. Let's see. I watched Belfast. I was trying to do all the Oscar shit.
Did you see
a
CODA?
horrible job. I didn't. But again, I don't have Apple
really
Plus.
Fucking good.
I don't have Apple
Dude,
TV.
Kyle and I watched Moon Knight, the 2 episodes of Moon Knight.
I wanted to ask you about that.
It's all right. It's fine.
Really?
I mean,
do you know about Moon Knight?
It's a superhero, right?
Yeah. No, like previously, before watching. Did you know?
It was a superhero.
Cool.
No, I did not. So I don't.
Same. I didn't even know he existed. I didn't know he was a character. I had no. I mean, like I literally did not know.
Hilariously, the only reason I know is because forever ago, Rooster Teeth podcast, like I would listen to those old ones.
Yeah.
And then when they were coming out with like Guardians of the Galaxy, Bernie on it was like, what? They're going to some obscure fucking shit. What's next? Moon Knight? Shit like that. So then they talked to like Moon Knight and stuff like that. So that's the only reason I even knew about it.
Oh, so he's probably just like fucking shitting bricks right now.
Oh, I would assume so. I don't know. So I love Oscar Isaac and I
he's
love
fucking
Ethan Hawke.
fantastic.
So I'm like, I'm down with it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's all right. You know,
The performances are fantastic.
Like I'm not about to like go raving about it, but it by no means is it a bad movie. Like I'll watch the rest of it. I'll watch the whole thing. Like there's no question. So
I wonder. I've always wondered where they're going to take it. Right, no matter what iteration it is, no matter if it's a reboot of something, if it's a remake of a movie, or if it's just this series that I don't really even fucking care about, like Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. I really don't like that show, but I really want to know where the fuck it goes because they got their whole run. They got everything they wanted to do out there in the world, and their story was complete. And even though I don't like it, I want to know where they fucking take it. So I know nothing about Moon Knight. Love the performances. I think it's a fascinating subject. I love ancient Egypt, so it's already got me with all these.
I agree with that.
But where the fuck are they going to take this? How is this going to tie into the greater Marvel, cinematic universe?
Sorry, I'll explain in a second. I looked off in the side because I just realized something. Go ahead.
No, that was it. Like what is this story? What is it about? Obviously, it's about fighting your inner demons and all that. But.
And actual demons.
An actual literal demon
I don't know.
form.
See, it didn't bite me enough, so I'm just like playing like episode by episode. I'm not really like that invested at the moment, I haven't started looking forward to it too much. And the problem is going to be is I don't like watching episodic, so I'm gonna wait. I watched 2 episodes because it came out, and then I'll probably wait a while and we'll
then watch it all.
Hopefully I go back. I mean, I'm planning on watching it. Maybe it just like I hear bad things and I just fall off, but I doubt it because I love Oscar Isaac. So he's earned
fantastic.
My views on whatever he does. So I'm gonna watch it eventually, but I'm not that.
Well, and he's the executive producer too. So
I mean, into it. I'm not that invested.
Okay, I get that.
I don't give a shit where it's going. I'm just gonna see it.
Right, exactly. Right, you're just gonna watch it and see what happens and. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. But that's where I come from with so much of this shit. Someone tells me, hey, you need to watch this. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll start watching. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. What the fuck are they going to do? Like, what are the characters going to do? How are they going to react? What's the situation going to be? I don't know where. That's how it's always been. And so it's really difficult for me to put it down. That's why I really like binge culture and where it came from.
Oh, I'm with you.
I kind of was like.
See, if I start binging stuff, that's when I get invested in it.
Yeah.
When I have to watch another episode and it goes, last week, I'm like, then I quickly start to lose that, and I'm just like, I don't care.
And
anymore.
the easy show for me to watch is everything all right? Cavs doing good?
Nets and Mets benches cleared. That's all that was.
Ooh,
yeah, I don't know.
Ooh,
that's all. It
fun.
Was.
Fucking forgot what I was gonna say.
So I made the face because these are the things that Kyle and I watched. We had a movie night. Well, we watched a bunch of stuff the other night. And I didn't even think about it until you said I love ancient Egypt and all that stuff. So we watched 2 episodes of Moon Knight. then CODA, which I'll talk about CODA in a second, and then I didn't know what to watch, and I watched The Mummy.
Oh,
so then I got high and watched The Mummy.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is fantastic. I love the Mummy forever, and it's like it's always been a day to day. I'm telling you, he's fine. But so it's so
fine.
funny. I wonder if it was like subconsciously because of Moon Knight. It was all the ancient.
I bet
stuff.
you it is. Yeah.
As soon as you said it, that's why I like turned my head and was like, "Oh my god, is that what it was?"
Oh shit.
I know it was
Right.
interesting. But I don't think so. It was.
I mean, maybe. Yeah.
No.
Same.
CODA was really good.
I'm so fucking glad that he won for supporting actor.
If I had seen CODA before the Oscars, I would have been like, "Oh, CODA's gonna win."
Yeah.
Just because I knew Dune wasn't gonna win. Most of the other stuff, Dune wasn't gonna win.
No.
Licorice Pizza wasn't gonna win. The other one,
and
Don't Look Up, was that it?
Yeah, Don't Look Up
that
was
wasn't
actually
gonna win.
no,
Like,
God,
there's no way that was
no
gonna
way
win.
that was gonna. That was one of the only things it was nominated for.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so but
And that I never understood is, hey, you have a really good script, and like that actress was great. You should have Best Picture. What?
I think they were scraping the barrel. There wasn't a lot, but CODA was really good.
I really want to see
it. It was emotional.
I really want to fucking
like
see that.
I
It
love
looks...
sign language and stuff. So it was like, I took sign language in high school. So I mean,
did you?
Really? Yeah, I took 2 years of sign language in high school because we could take it instead of foreign language. So
Right.
I was like,
right.
I'm not taking Spanish because I don't even know English well enough, let alone Spanish. So
I learned
took sign
restaurant
language.
Spanish while I was working.
I can call people puntas and stuff. But
Are we gonna have to bleep that out?
I don't know. Probably. I said punta. I'm gonna bleep it out twice.
No one
but it
will
was
know.
really good. I also love singing musicals and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
she was singing, and she was this girl like trapped in the two worlds. She's I really loved it. I'll get you my Apple sign in so you can watch it and
Please
stuff.
do.
'Cause
That
you'll
and
really
Ted
like
Lasso.
it. I thought the mom in there is Marley what is it? Marley Matlin. She's from like West Wing, and she's the famous.
Yeah.
She's the other. So the dad won an Oscar, right,
Yep.
for his best supporting actor. So there's only been
And he's
two-
actually fucking mute.
Yes, they're all
Mute or
deaf.
deaf. I'm
They're all
sorry.
deaf.
Excuse me. He's deaf. He's actually deaf. He's not faking that. He's not a really good actor. He's
Jesus.
actually fucking deaf.
Yes,
and a really good actor.
All three people are deaf in there because this was all based off of like an old. I want to say it was an old movie that they weren't all they all weren't played by deaf people. They were all played by like hearing, and it was a big thing.
Right.
But so the mom is Marley. I want to say Marley Matlin. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but she's a famous deaf actress.
Okay.
The dad is also deaf, and he won for best supporting actor, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I would assume best supporting because the little girl would be the main character.
It's sad that I had to think about that because I'm trying not to think about Will Smith. But yes, he won for supporting actor.
I'm so annoyed by that.
I
will have that. We'll talk about that in a second. He won for that. He's only the second deaf person ever to win an Oscar. Do you know who the other one is?
Fuck no, I don't.
The mom.
What?
So she won.
What?
She was in Children of a Lesser God 30, 40 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, something like that. Wow. So she won an Oscar for that. Yeah, she's the only person. So there's only been two. It's
that
like
is
him
fucking
and her.
insane.
I know, right?
That's fucking insane.
I love it. But so she's super famous. She was on West Wing for a little bit. I never watched. She's not in other things.
That's one of those.
I just love West Wing. That's why I bring up West Wing. She's been in bigger stuff, but I just love West Wing. So that's the only reason.
That's Aaron Sorkin. Mm-hmm. I went to Aaron Sorkin's premiere of Molly's Game in the Denver Film Festival in 2017.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. That's what made me think of it. Because my profile picture is at the.
Oh, you might be standing in front of that.
Not exactly that one. No, but
you don't know how long that's been around.
It's definitely. It wasn't the 44th.
No, I got it this year.
It was the 40.
Does it say? Does
it does say
44th.
Yep. Well, it doesn't say the year. That's the first thing I thought
is Denver Film Festival.
Gotcha.
That's why.
It's on my profile picture. That my Facebook profile.
I do look at that a lot. So CODA's really good. I thought the main chick was well written. I don't know who wrote it from the last movie. I think it changed slightly. She's really good. The dad, honestly, I'm so happy he won it because he was so like facial expressions. Like you talk sometimes, they're like, "Oh, I love your facial expressions, man," and like how expressive you are.
Yeah.
You would love him. You would love him.
Okay.
He's so good and like disappears into the role and stuff. And the brother was all right. He was pretty good. She was good. I thought the dad stole the show in terms of the family.
Right. Yeah.
The main girl was fantastic, and coming of age, all this stuff. And it was really, really good.
Right.
And I love singing. If you sing in a movie, like that goes like 2 points up for me. I fucking love it.
2 points of your penis.
That was weird, Brandon. All right, so
You said up.
yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Fucking perfect.
Listeners at home. I want to be clear.
So CODA's really good. I'll get you that.
Thank you, because that's one of those that I really, really want to fucking watch.
You'll like it.
Belfast was fantastic. Belfast was, I don't know if it was shot in black and white, but it was during the revolution in the 50s or 60s. God damn, now I can't remember. In Ireland when shit was going down. And it's about like this one family's struggle of, do we stay? Do we go? Right? The family doesn't have a whole lot of money.
Yep.
Kid is trying to grow up, and the family is there, but and then it becomes how safe are we here, because we are of a certain religion, and the powers that be that are taking over really don't want our kind of people around.
Yeah.
And it was powerful, but it was also like done from the kid's point of view.
Oh, okay.
And so I couldn't quite tell. There were so many scenes where like the kid would like walk down the stairs because he'd hear his parents arguing and sit on the stairs, and you could clearly see, and then like it would kind of pan.
How old is the kid?
10-ish,
okay.
10, 12-ish, something around there. Enough to start to understand the world, but still youthful enough.
You said
to
it's
not
from
know.
his perspective. Is he in it a ton, or is it just his camera angles and stuff?
No, he's in it a ton. But like we follow him more than anybody else. The majority of the time. And so like we'd watch him come down the stairs, and then we'd track like through the hallway and land in the kitchen, but then we'd cut to the parents fighting, but you could always see, or almost always see, the kid on the stairs. And so or through the window, or right next to the door frame, and I wanted to know, do the parents know he's there? Because they just continue like arguing or talking about whatever adult shit is going on, and don't try and like stop and usher him away and move on. They just keep going. So do they know he's there, or is it literally where he
was too quick? I couldn't grab his leg.
He's way too quick. I know. He just wants love. I know. I'm not mad at you. Lay down.
Yeah,
I also don't want you on top of me.
Go. Hey. Go.
Come here. I know. Give me like 3 days, dude.
I was gonna say, you definitely don't want to rub him. He will shed more.
Yeah, no, I know. Exactly. I'm sure I'm fucking Wolfman right now. But the way they did that, where you could see it, reminded me a lot of my favorite scene in Giving Tree, where we fucking pulled through the hallway and landed, and the door came, and you could see the cops and the parents talking, and and the kid was just laying in bed, and it reminded me of that, because my point was, I want you to see both sides of it at the same time, because so many times I watch something and I think, it's cutting back and forth. So how much are they hearing? How much are they, how much do we want to know? How much are they really comprehending? And so to see him watching them fight and them continuing to fight while he's clearly in frame told me that, he is comprehending something that they don't know he knows.
Oh, okay.
Or he's at least there for it. It was just really, it was done really beautifully. The score was fucking fantastic. Like, this year's music, for the movies that I saw at least, blew me away. Just absolutely, without the music, it would have...
I do like music.
Most of those movies would have just been shit. Like, the scores
score-wise,
really, absolutely brought the emotion forward in a way that it's hard to describe without just watching it and hearing it. But I don't know if it was shot in black and white, because there was a lot of times where it would kind of be really washed out, and I'm pretty sure when you shoot in black and white, those blacks are a lot darker and those whites are a lot brighter. And it just felt like there was a black and white filter on top of it. But that's something I wanted to know. So technically, I want to know how they did it. Because style-wise, I thought it was great.
Can you actually just shoot straight black and white now?
You can.
If
it's a digital,
I'm not a shooter, so
I know it's been a while since I've really thought about it. You can.
I'll ask Jeff.
On digital, it I think it does the same kind of thing. film is really, if you're gonna do black and white, you want to shoot on film. It'll capture things just differently than digital will.
It's gonna be so expensive nowadays.
Oh, it's ridiculous. That's the Lighthouse was shot on film, and the Lighthouse was shot in black and white.
Was it Lighthouse or The Lighthouse?
The Lighthouse.
Because there's 2 movies.
Is there really?
Well, there's like Lighthouse and then there's The Lighthouse. One of them is the William Dafoe, Robert Pattinson.
Yep.
The other one was Michael Sheen, I want to say, and some other dude, and he's like they're like defending themselves against these creatures in the ocean, and he's like captured one, and he's kind of like fucking it.
What the fuck? That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was all right. I think I saw that with Kyle. Yeah, it was a weird one.
I want to check that out.
I mean, both of them were weird. Don't get me wrong.
Well, kind of like The Room and Room.
True.
Right. Yeah. Tommy Wiseau and Brie Larson.
But Lighthouse, the one was pretty good with Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. Oh God, that was fucking fantastic. Another one of those performance ones that I could not get enough of.
Speaking of Robert Pattinson.
Oh boy, segue.
That was awesome.
Nice.
I'm so good at it.
There's no script. There is nothing. That just happened.
Batman sucks. No, okay, sorry. No, I'm joking. So Batman, like,
we're just diving right into this.
I would not.
You saw one thing. I saw one thing. Fuck it. We got to talk about Batman.
Well, we only have a limited amount of time, and I'm going to rant and rave about Batman.
I understand.
I wouldn't say Batman sucked by no means.
Okay.
I will. Let me say the things because overall, I saw it twice. So
okay.
I saw it more times than you. So suck it. First off.
You spent twice as long on it, but yeah, go on.
What's the difference? What I said?
Well, I don't even remember what you fucking said.
I was like, I saw it twice. Well, you've spent twice.
Oh yeah.
Anyways,
because you were subjected to it.
This is true. So
I don't know.
These are the things that I liked.
Okay.
I thought it looked gorgeous.
Absolutely.
No question, it looked gorgeous.
Absolutely. Do you want me to jump in? Or you want me to just like kind of?
No, that was it.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
That was it. That was all.
No, I'm joking. These are the things. I think we can. I think the things we can agree on.
Yeah.
And we don't have to have a long conversation about. But the things we can agree on is, I thought Catwoman and Batman's chemistry was garbage.
Oh, absolutely.
That was awful.
Oh, absolutely.
Like whoever was casting it made a mistake, and you should have gotten somebody different. Because I don't understand what you saw. Because that was not good chemistry. Her by herself was a fine actress. Whatever.
Yep.
Like they both did acting. All the acting on themselves, I didn't think anybody did like poor acting necessarily.
It was solid. Yeah, they
all
all turned in solid performances.
It was all good. Nobody,
That's kind of how I felt about Batman and Gordon, Commissioner Gordon. They didn't have great chemistry together.
Yeah, it was weird because I felt like they were doing the same character. Like they both were trying to be the gritty, like dark. I don't know. It was so odd to me.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. Those felt weird because I feel like he's not even commissioner, right? No,
I think he is at that point. I think he is.
I could have swore
is he chief?
The one dude dies,
right?
Then the other guy who's yelling at him in the first apartment. He's like, "How dare you have Batman here?"
Yeah.
Is he not the commissioner? And then he dies. I still don't think they make him commissioner because he has no power. If he was commissioner, he'd have a lot more power, and he didn't really have a lot.
People
of power
wouldn't question quite as much,
right?
Oh, you might be right about that.
So
maybe I don't remember that.
Gordon.
Okay.
Policeman Gordon.
Not Jeff Gordon.
Maybe Jeff Gordon. We don't know. We will see what the next movie.
Fair.
Yeah. So the chemistry's kind of sucked. I thought. The score was.
Oh my god.
Okay. I thought it was a little heavy-handed. I thought it was.
Okay.
I thought it was someone trying to be Hans Zimmer the best they could and then not doing it. Like it was some of the stuff was just like I was just like, all right, well, we didn't need that. We could have had this moment just like let the moment
or at least
settle and like I want to experience the moment and not get this music where it tells me what I'm supposed to feel.
Yes,
and I'm
or,
like,
or,
all right,
not
calm down.
Fade in so. Not fade in so goddamn
I'm just
forcefully.
I'm like, all right, I got
right?
it.
Like
Thank
if we took it from an 8 to like a 5.5, like I feel like it would have made a bigger impact. But just because you can make sound doesn't mean it needs to be as loud as fucking possible.
Correct.
There were times absolutely that I thought it was heavy-handed. You're right.
I wouldn't say like overall it was bad by any means. I was just like they went a little too much. Yep. Like it's definitely not Hans Zimmer's like level. Like
right. Well, but again,
those are the small things. Personally, no, exactly. I agree. Don't try to be. But like it's one of the things. It was like don't try to be Hans Zimmer.
Right.
Do your own thing.
Right.
Like, take a step back. You want it to be this gritty film noir, like, then make it that. Don't put in a Dune score in this Batman.
In this fucking film
they
noir.
They did not know what they wanted to be, I feel like.
Okay.
Because I would have loved take Batman out of it. First off, Batman being in this movie is what pissed me off the most.
Really?
If you taken this movie and gotten rid of Batman, and it would have been also definitely not 3 hours. If it was a 2-hour movie without Batman, about a detective, it was a gritty film noir detective, made it an R. This dude's going around and he's trying to catch the serial killer. He's kind of struggling, all this stuff. Like this, the Dark City, all this crap. I would have loved it.
Sure.
But that's not what they made.
Ooh.
They made this Batman movie where they kind of made it dark and gritty, where he's a detective, but he's a shitty detective. And because he messed up his Spanish for how long in the movie? He was running around trying the difference between El Ratata and La Ratata.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, thank God they captured the Penguin, and the Penguin had to explain it to him.
Right,
because
exactly.
then the Penguin explained it to him. The bad guy explained it to the world's greatest detective.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, your Spanish is wrong." He was like, "Oh my God," and then he solved it. Thank fucking God for the Penguin.
Yeah,
if
seriously.
not, Batman still would have been running around
fucking
saying
beating
the wrong
up,
Spanish.
exactly, saying the wrong Spanish, and also just fucking throwing punches left and right.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so back to how it was shot. I loved it. Thought it was great. I love that it put us. I love that it put us in the action. We were either over Batman's shoulder, we were in the car,
Agreed.
we were in his mask, right?
Agreed.
And it just, that was really cool. That was different. We haven't seen that a lot in action movies. Where
I mean, we've seen it, but
but if they did
not in
it, I think they did it
Batman movies, I feel like.
not in Batman movies, and I think they did it really well to keep you kind of interested and engaged in that kind of way, because it definitely is an art house film that has a shitload of action.
Yes. I mean, he could have been Robert Pattinson still.
Right.
Can you imagine,
Right.
like, Robert Pattinson being a detective, like he's, fucking alcoholic maybe because he can't get all these. He's like, there's the mysteries he can't solve, all this stuff.
He has imposter syndrome.
Like, yeah, whatever.
Right.
Not the movie that they gave us, though.
If and so
It's not the movie they gave us.
I've heard a couple other
First
people
off,
say that it's.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I've heard a couple other people say that it's the most true to the comics. So I don't know.
All right, I did not read the comics.
Okay.
But I didn't realize Batman was stupid in the comics, and literally he didn't even. Okay. I'll take your word for that. I didn't.
I read a little bit of Marvel. I read very few DC comics. But a lot of what I know about Batman is based on the cartoon and games and talking to people and a little bit of comics. But when they said that, I'm like, I mean, is it though? Because I feel like Batman is always able at the very end to solve the case and to figure it out and to be the justice that Gotham doesn't have.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready to complain once you're.
I know. I feel like
specifically what you just said.
Right. No, but exactly, and I feel like he wasn't. He was always morally conflicted, but at the same time, I'm wondering if
it's not even morally conflicted about what.
About should I kill these people? Should I go after him? Should I not? Am I doing the right thing?
Always went after. Okay, go ahead.
Well, am I going after the right people? Is the way that I'm doing it? Is it the right thing? He went after
whoever the Riddler told him to.
Yeah, exactly.
He was 100% in this movie. He was the Riddler's bitch.
We're playing this. It's his game. We're playing it.
No, it was literally
that was what he said.
I know, but it was Riddler showed him some pictures.
Yep.
He didn't even try to catch the Riddler. There was the beginning, the first scene where the Riddler was like, "Oh, look at these photos." He was like, he went to the club. Riddler showed him photos. He ran to the club that the Riddler told him to.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Who's the Riddler?" And then he goes, "Oh, I don't know." And then he caught a glimpse of the Catwoman.
Yeah.
Which also, Catwoman, nobody calls her Catwoman. Her mask is stupid. She
doesn't wear it.
She takes the mask off way too much for it to be a quote unquote mask.
Yeah.
And the only reason nobody calls her Catwoman, she just has a couple cats, and she breaks into one safe, and then all of a sudden she's a superhero, Catwoman.
Well, so my proposal to you is they did know what they were doing, and
sorry, I like that. Counterpoint, they did know what they were doing.
No, but I really am interested to know if it was intentional. That it was intentional that Batman was not able to catch the Riddler. I want to know if it was intentional that Catwoman really isn't a superhero. She just is there. I want to know if it's intentional that...
they 100% took the superhero version out of this. Yeah, because Batman
absolutely.
is not a superhero.
No, God, no, absolutely
Batman
not.
gets his ass kicked all the time.
Like the entire time. But to your point, no, he doesn't solve it. But I almost like that because we always see, like I was saying, like all the comics will always be Batman's the justice. He's the only person who can solve the crime. He's the best detective in the world. And this movie said, we're not fucking doing that. He is not.
They started this off by saying, guys, I am the vengeance. Okay. I can't be everywhere.
Right.
Which it's a Batman movie. You can have that film, but it's not a Batman film. I feel like.
Okay.
I don't want that Batman. Like that. Let me say that. I don't want that version of Batman that you were just talking about because Batman sounds like awful. That sounds like a normal human.
Then what?
You know what?
How is he a fucking superhero? Why am I watching this?
I'll go watch a normal human do that then.
Okay.
Which they could have made that movie, but they didn't, so it's whatever.
Which
so
then
we
leads
only
to...
can talk about the movie they made.
Right.
Like that movie. So if you one of the things where you were like, because I know I texted you at one point, I'm like, he doesn't even catch the Riddler.
Yeah.
In any way, shape, or form. Doesn't even try to. He does exactly what the Riddler tells him to.
And he fails.
The whole thing.
He's behind every time.
He doesn't even fail. The Riddler, that's what the Riddler wanted the whole time, was him to go break up this crime syndicate and bring out the dude so he can shoot him. That's literally what he wanted. And you know what happened? He did it.
But exactly.
And then the Riddler gave himself
failed.
up.
He didn't stop the Riddler. He
didn't try
do
to stop the Riddler.
Okay.
What are you talking about? At no point was he looking for the Riddler. He looked at the Riddler at the beginning, and he said that to the Penguin.
Right.
He was like, hey, who's the Riddler? He's like, I don't know what the hell you were talking about. Then from then on, it turned into just trying to break up the Drops organization.
Okay.
That's all it turned into.
Okay.
Maybe he brought up the Riddler casually because he kept killing people. But again, Batman didn't stop him from killing people. He killed whoever the hell he wanted.
Because I thought it was because he couldn't. He was never one step ahead.
Sounds like he was shitty.
Yeah, exactly.
Shitty detective.
Which will also play into another one of your gripes about a movie should be a movie and it shouldn't only be there to set up the next one.
You said, it's going to be great because in the next one he's going to be so.
I didn't say it would
I don't give a shit.
I said it could be. If they go that route, it could be great because it's like Batman Begins. You get all of this other stuff out of the way, and then you get to this really existential fucking, oh my God, am I actually doing the right thing?
I didn't like Batman Begins.
I was all right. It was all right.
Again,
it was another one of those long movies that
don't get me
set
wrong,
up everything.
They could 100% come out with another one, and that one could be great. I'm not saying it's not going to be. I'm talking about the one movie that they came out.
Fair.
They started a movie, and then they finished a movie. And I'm telling you, that movie sucked. Okay, not sucked. That was extreme. That was too far.
That was a little bit.
You know what I'm saying.
But I can empathize and I can understand where you're coming from. You didn't want that version of Batman.
3 hours.
And the director's cut's like 4.
Yeah,
4.5.
I'm never gonna watch the director's cut. Okay,
it's why I didn't watch. It's why I didn't watch fucking.
I didn't watch that one either.
Suicide Squad or Justice League.
I didn't watch the Justice League.
I didn't watch the new
Zack
Suicide
Snyder
Squad.
one.
Yeah,
Anyway.
the Snyder cut. People are like, oh, it's fucking fantastic. I don't fucking care.
I started to watch the first one, and then I saw 4 installments of whatever, and I'm like, no.
I never saw the original Justice League. Well, the first cut of the Justice League.
It was all over the place.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I hated Batman versus Superman, and that was about it.
Focus.
That's the last one.
Okay, so
sorry.
From the get-go, it started me off in a bad. Put a bad taste in my mouth. Right.
That's right. It was because I am vengeance, and then it cut out.
So, the whole thing's talking about I can't be everywhere.
Right.
But they see my symbol in the sky, and I make them worry. They might think I'm in the shadows, all this stuff, which is like, okay, I agree. But then what they showed us did not agree with that. What they showed us was crimes already getting committed and then them being scared after the fact. Sweet. I'm sure that shop owner is really upset that the dude is scared after he got robbed.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a crap?
Right.
Okay, whatever. You know, he can't stop all crime. I agree with that.
Okay.
Totally agree with that. But then he stops the one Asian dude in the obviously spoilers. I mean, I feel like that should have been from the get-go.
Yeah. We'll cut that part in.
Right? Cut this from the future. Obviously spoilers. No shit.
This podcast will contain spoilers.
He stops the Asian dude in the subway from getting beat up. Okay?
Yep.
So here's what I feel like is They had a good script somewhere. Then a studio came in and was like, we want some badass scenes and stuff and visuals.
Right.
So then they had him walking, like stomping from the shadows. And it's like all suspenseful. And honestly, that was pretty cool. Didn't need to see that the 3 other times they did it in the film, but that one of the 2 or a couple times it was really cool.
Because when you do it effectively, like the first time, it actually like you just look at the shadows and then that's it.
But they undercut it so much because he walks out, they see him and go, "What are you supposed to be?"
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
do you not know who Batman is? What is it? They have a symbol in the sky.
Exactly. Actually, that's a really good fucking point because
then there shouldn't be a symbol in the sky if they don't know who Batman is.
If
one of those two don't match.
How does nobody fucking know who Batman is when he's supposed to, like,
he literally is
everybody
telling us
knows.
He's the Vengeance.
Right, and everybody knows who he is. And I thought that's where we're starting without having to explain who Batman fucking is. And then still, by the 3rd or 4th time, who are you supposed to be? It's like,
my God, dude.
Why the fuck does nobody know what's happening?
It's like they could have made that film where it's like, oh, he's really early. Like, I got the sense that he was only been around in Gotham and doing this for like 2 years or so.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I'd give it at least
if that's
a
the
couple
case, Gordon, policeman Gordon, should not have a freaking bat signal already on the like.
Doesn't that happen like really early on?
I have no idea, but I don't personally feel like it matches up.
Okay,
with like if the criminals don't even know who the hell
it is. Okay,
and laughed at this man that walked out of the shadows. Then he didn't even he won the fight,
right?
But like,
well, it
wasn't even a one-sided fight, but it was like he won the fight. I get that,
yeah.
With the just low-level criminals, but it was just like that continued. Well, but the rest.
But what's the fucking point of the first scene where all of the criminals are looking up and being scared or looking in the shadows and
it doesn't make sense. Like something doesn't match
one or
with
the
others.
other, right? They know who he is and they're scared of being caught by him, or they don't know who he is and crime is still being committed.
To me, they just wanted
They
weird...
threw both those in.
Yes, I didn't like that. Like,
I didn't even think about that. That absolutely I agree with.
Pick one because it makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
like
or pick one and then show us progression. Right, show us a little bit.
I would have been fine if it was early stages, people that barely know who he is. He's trying to he's trying to make a Gotham's in the garbage. But he's trying to make it better. He's trying to make a dent, and it's really hard. Right. But that's not what the vibe they gave us. They gave us he's got a bat signal in the sky, and he said he's vengeance.
Right.
And he's like, everyone's afraid of me.
Even
if I can't be there, they're afraid of me. I'm like, bullshit.
And from the scenes that I remember watching when Alfred was there, which, by the way, I didn't care for his portrayal of Alfred at all.
I agree. Yeah, Alfred, I wasn't a huge fan
I didn't
of
care. I don't know what it was. He seemed smug, and he seemed like he was waiting to say "I told you so" the entire fucking time. Just all right, child. You can go play in the sandbox, and I'm gonna tell you to make sure you clean your pants off, but you're not gonna clean your pants off, and then I'm gonna be mad at you. Tis tis tis.
I agree with you that I didn't like him. I can't pinpoint what it was. I don't know if it was that.
And you saw it twice.
You say it, and I don't necessarily. I don't know, but I can't pinpoint what it is. But I agree with you that he wasn't my fan. Maybe I'm just I was down from the beginning, and I'm just trying to just rip everything apart the whole time I watched it. It might be that, but
it could be. It could be.
I mean, it's probably a lot. I also didn't like it. So,
but you didn't like it, really? You didn't like it?
I don't know. So it's just there's that. I feel like there was a lot of.
There's one more thing. I actually wrote something down.
Yeah, go ahead, dude.
Go ahead.
In general, I feel like they just wanted those visuals that didn't match up with the story.
Right.
The Batmobile, they clearly crowbarred that in. That was
absolutely
so dumb.
That was absolutely a last minute thing. That was one of the best parts, though.
The Batmobile on its own,
right?
If you had cut that out and made that a trailer, been that's really cool,
right?
But then when you think about it.
Well, they did put that in the trailer. That was the majority of the trailer.
All right, calm down. So, but when you think about it in the terms of the story, they went to this freaking drug drop.
Yep.
Which I don't even remember if he knew about it beforehand or just showed up.
Right.
But they're all fighting, and then randomly, the Batmobile was parked off to the side.
Right.
First time you've ever seen the Batmobile.
Right. Yeah. Coming
out of nowhere. Makes no sense. I'm like, did you pre-park this dude? Because you definitely were. You were fighting with the chick, the Catwoman,
right?
earlier.
Right.
So either you parked the car, then got out, and then came over here.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that also happened. I believe we saw you show up, but weird that the Batmobile's here.
Where did you fucking come from?
Maybe I'll give you benefit of the doubt that it's like autopilot and it's been slowly following you this whole movie.
I don't
never
think so.
seen it.
I don't think so.
I agree, but I'm benefit of the doubt.
Okay,
we'll
right,
go
sure.
benefit
Yeah,
of the doubt.
Let's say that is it.
He gets into the Batmobile.
Sure.
Turns the lights on, starts revving.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps revving. Keeps revving.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps revving.
Yeah, get to the fucking point.
Keeps revving. The Penguin, like, literally
Which I know was your argument. I know.
Is
That was
standing
me
there,
being facetious.
is standing there, and he lets him get into a car.
Yep.
Start driving.
Yep.
Then he starts chasing him. And it's like, you clearly just wanted the visuals of being in the Batmobile and could not think of a logical way to get there. And you just were like, oh, this will be cool.
This is going to have to happen.
It was cool.
I do remember.
God.
Well, exactly. If that wasn't so out of fucking nowhere, you clearly wanted it to be the it's the Batmobile.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
you wanted the audience in the
Yep.
theater to cheer when you revved up the engine.
That is exactly
That's
it.
what you wanted.
You
and then
were going for.
You waited long enough for the cheering to die down to then the scene to happen. And it was just like, maybe whenever I saw it, I was just like, oh, cool. All right. Are we still revving? Like, this is obnoxious.
Yeah, and
It was so annoying. I hate it.
well, correct me if I'm wrong, but
you're wrong.
Riddler was. I said correct me, not just tell me.
Sorry.
Wasn't when he was in the Batmobile when revving, right? We see the lights. Wasn't the Penguin still in the parking garage and not in his car?
Oh, he was standing out.
He was still
standing outside.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
he
was
Batman
able to run to a vehicle.
Yeah, exactly.
Get in the vehicle, turn the vehicle on, throw it into drive, hit the gas pedal, start going,
leave,
get ahead of the Batmobile.
Yep.
Then the Batmobile
basically fucking leave.
Clearly, the Batmobile needs to get like warmed up a little bit.
I get right, exactly. But then, so Matt, if it was on autopilot, why the fuck wasn't it already warmed up to begin with?
Hey, maybe it's not that smart of an autopilot.
Oh, okay. It's no kit. It's no.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if they put kit in it? That would have been awesome.
That would have been fucking
it wouldn't have been
hilarious.
awesome. I would be bitching about.
Oh,
that
you
too.
would be. You would have hate. Why the fuck is the Batmobile now talking to us?
If it had Alfred, they just cut Alfred out. If he was the Batmobile.
Yes, the Batmobile is the butler. Actually, you know what? That would have been a much better fucking butler than what they had. I want to watch that movie now. I want to watch that one.
I'm trying to think other things that annoyed me. Unfortunately, the second time I watched it was over a week ago, maybe. I've been sick. We've been doing stuff. So it's like, I wish we had recorded this earlier because I
really wanted to watch it, so I was fresh on it.
I feel bad. Jeff and Reed got like full blast at lunch one time.
Really?
And Reed hadn't even seen the movie. He's going to hate the movie already. Jeff, I turned already.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this happened. And then this. And this is stupid too.
Yeah. I liked the pacing of it in parts. I liked that it was a little bit slower because a lot of action movies are very fast and very.
It wasn't an action movie. That's the thing. They tried.
They threw action into noir.
Yes.
Exactly.
Which I would have loved to go full noir. But
so cut out about 45 minutes. Take out
45
Take out 1 to 2 action sequences, and it would have been great.
Batmobile doesn't need to be in at all.
Although that scene was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That scene put me on the edge of my seat because we were in the car, and I was like, how much are we gonna fucking see? Like, are we gonna watch him like die?
No, we're not.
Like, goddamn,
because they refuse to be that gritty.
Exactly.
To be a true noir.
Okay.
It should have been 7, but Batman.
Ooh.
I mean, not Batman, but 7.
Yeah.
Give me a version of 7
with
that's
Batman.
Like film noir and stuff. Honestly,
the trailer made me really excited for it, and it didn't live up to the trailer.
It's the same as the joke. Like the Joker. The worst part of the Joker was they tried to connect it to the DC universe. I was like, get that out of here. I would have loved the Joker without all that crap. Was amazing watching this dude go insane and like. Was amazing. Yeah. But then they tried to put a kid Bruce Wayne in, and I was like, that was just obnoxious.
What are you talking for? What in Batman?
Joker.
Oh, in
with
Joker.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, that's what
okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, that. Fucking,
it's similar. It's similar in the sense of like the worst part of the film was that it was a Batman film.
Right.
They should not have made a Batman film. No. I would have loved to seen a Matt Reeves like dirty, gritty.
Yeah.
Noir about like this fucking like Riddler, who's the Saw basically. I would have liked to see more of those. Like I would have liked to see those guys trying to get out and not being able to, and then dying and stuff like that.
It was almost like Zodiac. The Riddler. They kind of wanted him to be like the Zodiac killer, but a little bit more telling, like literally, contacting them. You could hear his voice and everything. But that was kind of what they were going for. Is what it kind of sounded like they were trying to go for was this ultra mastermind who literally not even the world's greatest detective can actually comprehend what he's fucking doing.
La Ratata or El Ratata.
But I say that because of
so annoying.
I say that because of when Batman and the Riddler were in, like, he's in the cell, right? And Riddler gets up and he goes, "Oh, you still don't know." And it's like, oh, fuck. Batman does not fucking have a clue.
Dude, he didn't, like...
The entire time he didn't have a clue.
At no point did he even, like... That wasn't even, like, a realm of something he was trying to solve.
Right, exactly.
And thank God the random policeman was there to go, "Oh, that's a carpeting tool." And he's like, let me rip up this carpet. And then not stop it. Okay, so we're back on some stuff that annoyed me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this whole thing, the whole fucking movie, he's like, the Riddler. He's like, this is all about the politicians and all the rich people keeping all the money, only caring about themselves, screwing the little man, screwing these orphans, all this stuff. So then he blows up the dams, and he's like, "All right, we're all gonna suffer. Here we go, and we're gonna wipe it out." And then, so the whole city gets underwater. Correct?
Right.
Batman. Where does Batman go? To save the fucking politicians. Okay? This whole thing's about, the politicians are all these people. Because we've deemed that this one that we barely even know, she's the good one. Like, the whole thing's about all the politicians, all the policemen. They're all horrible.
The whole thing, yes.
So instead of Batman going saving, random people, no, it's the important politicians who we give a shit about.
Well, so then they should have played that, because I think that could be really powerful. In the next one? Fucking no. In this one is they should have fucking played on that of Batman, vengeance and justice, and this character who we know to be
there's
good.
Other dead people, but he's like, no.
No,
the new mayor is safe now.
Exactly.
Thank God.
Because Riddler knows it's Bruce Wayne, right, with all this fucking money and tools, but he likes to run around in a costume. So they should have fucking played into that.
His secret identity was ruined already.
Right. Wait, where?
The Riddler knows about him.
I know. That's what I mean.
I'm just saying.
If the
right
Riddler
off the bat,
knew
the
about
movie,
it the entire time,
he's a shitty secret.
Well, exactly. Or at least the Riddler is that smart. So they should have been able to play that hand more of, I'm going to make you... like, you're not as good as you think you are. You only care, right? All of the billionaires only care about the billionaires, and all of that, exactly what you just said, but it didn't land that way. It didn't land that, hey, everything that I just said is fucking exactly what happened. That's what's wrong with Gotham. That's what's wrong with this. But it was never actually played that way.
But we ended on a note of, Batman being like, you know what? I'm going to make a difference. No, you're not. You're doing the same fucking shit. God damn it. And then we got to watch him fucking drive through the funeral, the cemetery for 16 minutes or whatever. I don't give a shit. I got it. They have motorcycles. No one cares. Fuck.
Yes, he can drive a motorcycle. It's badass.
I don't care about that. Holy shit. It was really
nice. I don't remember if it was you or somebody else who had a problem. Well, yeah, but had a problem specifically with Catwoman and Batman's chemistry regarding the romantic relationship. There was no romantic relationship.
It went from zero. First off, she was clearly gay at the beginning.
She was absolutely
and it was
gay.
Annoying that she called her babe once and then only referred to her as my friend.
Yeah,
it's the same thing as the Luca thing. Did you watch Luca?
Not yet. No.
Okay,
Go ahead.
It's a Pixar and they're gay and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
But they dance around it the whole time. I'm like, guys. They're gay. Can we just fucking say they're gay?
Right,
and not
exactly.
at the end. This is ridiculous. Are we still not at that level that a character is allowed to be fucking gay?
No, apparently
it's
not.
just unbelievable to me.
But exactly.
We're at that level that it's still oh, babe.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time it's I'm looking for my friend. I'm looking for my friend.
So
and then all of a sudden,
do you
she's
care?
I mean,
or not?
she's obviously she has to be bi and not gay. But it's she can't
She have to be?
She can't
Does she have to be?
Well, if she's into him.
But that's what I mean. I don't think she is. I don't think that she's into Batman whatsoever.
No.
She is manipulating him to think that she would be into him. I don't think that there is anything in her mind, in that character's mind, that says, I want to be with you romantically, sexually, or anything more than I'm going to use you to get what I want.
In terms of chemistry, I agree with you. But if the end didn't happen where she was like, you can run away with me, like, oh, we could do some damage, all that stuff. At the end,
I remember that.
She was like, when she was leaving, he was like, oh, so you're leaving. And she had cats in the
Oh, yeah.
When she was like, oh, I see you're, he was like, oh, I see you're leaving. And she was like, oh, you could come with me. You don't owe these
Why
people
don't I fucking remember that?
Because you saw it once.
That's exactly it. And I was,
by
the end of it.
I'm a true movie goer.
You were a trooper, is what you were.
No, I'm just a loser that I was like, I had a day off and I was like, I don't really want to sit here in silence. So
oh my God.
I'll go see Batman. Because Alamo Season Pass is the greatest thing that's ever happened in my life. And $20 a month to see a movie a day.
Can you get AMC? Because I could have AMC way more than Alamo. There's more AMCs to go to than Alamos.
Yeah, Alamo's better though. That's
I disagree because people walk in front of the screen and I hate it.
Yeah, people at AMC has pockets full of candy that they're fucking throwing everywhere. You psycho.
That was at Alamo. That wasn't AMC.
Yeah,
I had pockets at Alamo.
Alamo had food. I get beer.
People don't talk. That's true. You have way
people
more.
People don't talk.
Really? You think that people don't talk at Alamo more than they don't talk at AMC?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my God! It's only happened once.
Really?
And it was somebody I knew too. We went with Max and his friends. We all went to go see. I went with like. Well, I mean, like I know them and stuff like that, but they're like Max's friends, especially with this happening.
Oh no!
We went to see.
Was it one of Max's friends?
Yes.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
It was what movie was it? It was the not the Goosebumps, but like
Ghostbusters.
No, not Ghostbusters, but it was like kind of Goosebumps, whatever. It was like they read the books and stuff like that. So as the movie was going, he got progressively louder, and literally at some point, like a scene would happen, and it was like a story from whatever, and he was like, "Oh shit!" Like literally, it was driving me crazy. He talked the whole time, and I was sitting next to strangers, so I watched them write his name, like because at the Alamo you can like write a complaint. Like, this person's really loud.
Yeah,
you should say something, and like write it. They wrote it on the piece of paper, and then they put it down, and they were like, "This is what they were doing." They were going, "We'll give him another chance."
Right.
Okay.
Right.
His name is on here, or whatever. The seat number is on here.
Seat number. Yeah. How do they know his name?
I was almost whispering to him, and I was sitting next to them, and in my head I'm like, "Do it, fuck this guy, do it,
fucking do it."
And then they eventually finally did it, and they had.
They did?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God,
because he was obnoxious. Dude.
I hate it when, but
they said something to him, and then he was quiet after that. But he was fuming the entire time.
Of course he was.
And then
of course he was. Because he got told
ended,
no. He got
the
told
movie
no.
ended. He was like, I can't believe someone complained. And I was like, I told Max,
don't say anything.
Max, I will never see a movie with him. Don't ever invite me to one of the movies with them because that's unbelievable. I can't. That was ridiculous. If I was sitting next to him, I would have told him to shut up.
There are some times that I can't. I am that person.
Yeah.
And I realize it after. I'm like, oh, God damn it. I don't know why.
I get afraid to go see movies sometimes with people. Just to be like, honestly, like people, like I go see movies by myself all the time. And people like kind of like laugh at it once in a while. And I'm like, I don't understand. Are you having conversations during the movie? Like I get like after the movie and stuff like that. It's nice to go see, and then you discuss on the way out and stuff like that. But it's like, I'm quiet. Like I'm watching the movie.
Like, let me watch the
This isn't a group activity.
I don't know when I do it. I don't know if it's because I don't want to forget, or there's a joke, or like I'm really curious about something. Like, I'm sorry, what the fuck is happening? Like that? Like
I guess sometimes dates and stuff like that. Like if I go on a date to a movie, it's like you're kind of whispering to the other person.
Well, hopefully you're not whispering.
Like,
hopefully you're using your mouth, but not in that way.
God, you're such a fucking pervert. Dude. You're such a pervert. We're just talking about movies. It's wholesome. Anyways,
well, Batman is fucking killing people. No, okay, so that
he did not kill
that, and so I don't know. I don't think that there was anything with Catwoman, but I also really because I want to finish my point, at least my thought.
Good. I just keep I just find it funny.
We keep going back because I can't let things go. But I want to agree with you about.
Thank you. I don't know what you can agree with me, but
you're welcome.
I'm excited.
I could not stand that we can't just fucking say that someone is gay or someone is one way or the other, or that's who they are. We have to hint at it and then make sure we never fucking talk about it again. We barely allude to it. Like, because to me, it wasn't even that, it was controversial that she might be a lesbian. It was, she has a girlfriend, and now all of a sudden she doesn't give a fuck whether she lives or dies the entire time. Like she doesn't care about her the entire time. It was just very conflicting to me, and that part I absolutely hated.
And definitely their chemistry, like like Catwoman and quote unquote Catwoman and Batman,
right? But again, so that goes.
They just went from 0 to like. Then she was kissing him, and I was like, "What?"
It wasn't a kiss. That was a. I'm gonna get what I want from you, kiss.
Yeah, again, I agree with you unless that last scene happened. I gotta
watch that last scene again
because she said, "Come run away with me, disappear with me." Okay.
I believe you. I need to watch it again.
If that was it, because it was all over.
Yeah.
She was clearly going to leave. Mm-hmm. She could have said literally nothing because he didn't want to. He was not hinting to go with her.
Right.
Nothing.
Right. Exactly.
It was like, hey, come with me. It was like, then she clearly wanted something. Like, didn't just want something.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Fuck.
Yeah. Don't you feel dumb?
No.
Well, you should. So.
Did you, and last thing I want to talk about Batman is, did you see the deleted scene with the Joker?
No, I didn't.
Oh my fucking God.
Wait.
I hated
can I say?
I hated that.
Can I say real quick also?
Yes, go ahead.
If I'm keeping people in maximum security insane asylum, right? They are not allowed to talk to each other. Like, that's insane to me.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's insane.
He's just, and it's not even difficult. It's not even difficult to talk through the wall.
It's like they literally gave them like a cannon string. Like,
they're like, God. Hey. And if it's really as dangerous as we know the Joker can be, how is he not in fucking isolation? How is he near anybody else?
The Joker is the best argument for capital punishment. I'm joking. I'm joking. That was a lot. No, but it's
You're
insane.
not wrong.
It's insane that they're like able to talk to each other,
understand each other, hint at things.
I really liked Paul. I will say I really liked Paul Dano as Riddler.
Oh, he was fantastic.
Would have liked. But here's the thing: I would have liked more of like him as Paul Riddler, not him in a mask beating the living shit out of somebody. Yeah. Also, don't bring your kids to this because the opening scene of him beating the crap out of that dude, that was terrifying.
Yeah. That legitimately was like, oh, we're in for a badass fucking movie.
Sorry, like that face. Yeah.
Because I was excited when the movie started. I was legitimately like, oh, this is exactly what it's going to fucking live up to.
Well, I was upset by the vengeance thing and then the dude going, who are you supposed to be? Like, how do you not know Batman? Anyways, go ahead.
That deleted scene.
What was the deleted scene? Because I didn't see it. I'm not going to see it also.
It is, you're going to hate it.
I'm not going to see it, so
you're going to fucking hate it. Is Batman goes and asks the Joker to help him solve the case.
What?
100%.
Wait.
He asks him to tell him who the Riddler is. He goes to Arkham and has a full-on, 4-minute conversation, and the Joker laughs in his face because
Batman is a dumbass.
Yeah, because the Joker's like, "Are you serious?"
Riddles. No, he's good at riddles, which also annoyed me because they gave us a riddle. Mm-hmm. Beat. Oh, you didn't solve it? Well, I'm about to solve it for you. And I'm like, well, I would have liked to think about it.
Give me a second.
Give me a couple scenes or something. Like I don't expect me to solve it, but let me think about it.
Yeah, exactly. Let me weigh in here.
Give me a riddle. God damn. It was like
I didn't know. I went in as blind as I could, as blind as a bat.
Boo.
It had to be said. I had to. I was contractually obligated. Wouldn't that suck? That's going to be in the contract. There has to be at least one horrible pun. I won't do that.
Boo. Go ahead. Continue.
I went in. I was mildly upset that it was the Riddler.
Did you go in blind as a bat?
I went in blind as a bat. I had no idea what I was watching. I didn't even know it was a Batman film.
Go ahead.
I
saw another movie that I forgot to tell you.
At the very beginning when it was the Riddler, I was like, God damn it, the Riddler. Ugh. And I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I mean, Riddler's fine. They could have done some better. Riddler's not too bad. I was glad they didn't just go straight to the Joker. Because that's just cliche. Not cliche, exactly. But the Joker's the go-to guy now, and it's got to get more space from, I don't know. There's been enough space since what's his face?
Heath Ledger.
Yes. But then what's his other face fucked up that Joker. So you could easily refresh the Joker and be fine.
Jared Leto.
Leto.
Leto? Is it Leto?
Yeah, it's
I
Leto.
don't fucking care.
He's in Morbius.
30 Seconds to Mars.
I was gonna see Morbius, but
I want to see 30 Seconds to Mars perform. I don't care for Jared Leto as an actor.
Leto.
I hate you so much.
But so I'm glad they didn't do that.
Just
So
do that every single time we talk about Jared, because
Well, it's like I have a disc golf disc that's like it's VOTUM. How do you pronounce it?
VOTUM. Votum.
I say votum bottom every single time. I don't know what it is. I go votum bottom. I don't know whatever.
Votum.
Votum votatum.
Ooh.
I was trying to say the Lion King thing. Akuna Matata.
Oh my god! I was like, "Are you talking like that?" Okay.
But anyway,
I see where you're coming from.
But anyways, is that going to be the title?
But anyways,
anyways,
maybe.
No, that'll be us talking about nothing about sports for 16 hours.
We actually could do a sports.
We could.
I need to start watching a little bit more sports.
We could bring Will on here and actually have
cool
like a legit sports shit. He
I
knows a lot. He knows a good amount.
Would you
I know a lot about sports.
I know you do. I know you do.
But there's
Would
not a
you
lot of
wanna
people who like
try
know as much about me, and Will knows a ton. So it's like
That's fair.
It's actually talking sport. He's my sports human, which is nice because in my industry, there's not a lot of sports people.
Really?
Oh god,
I feel like that's
hell
wow,
no. They're all music, dude. You would talk music to everybody. They're all
okay,
music. Cool. They all want to tell me about this concert they went to 15 years ago, and I don't give a shit.
Wait, what year is it? Yes, that was 2000.
Yeah, I'm sure they saw 30 Seconds to Mars in Tucson, Arizona at this festival, and they were really high in Molly, and then this happened and that happened.
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
Turns out I don't give a shit about any of that.
Did they sing a song?
I don't know. I don't listen to them. I zone out when they start singing.
No. Did the band?
No,
Never mind.
No, the people when they start singing.
I know, but you like
what?
You like it when people start singing in a movie. What? You like.
This isn't in a movie, Brandon. This is life.
Okay. And movies aren't real life.
Your mom. All right. That's
now
weird.
there you go. You made it weird. You had to make it weird.
Batman, whatever. I can't think of anything else.
I think I'm done with it. I really do. I'm
done with it. I'm done. I'll see the next one. Whatever.
I'll see the next one, and I will probably see this one again. But
I won't.
I asked you the question before we started this, so I've been wanting to see it a second time and refresh myself, especially for talking about it, and I couldn't bring myself to do it. Does that mean that I liked it? I don't know if I liked it or not.
I'm gonna guess in 3 days from now, you're gonna text me and be like, you know what? You're right. There was a lot. It was a very flawed movie, and I think you're right.
Okay.
But
you're set a reminder.
But you're still gonna be excited for the next one.
Yeah, that's pretty spot on. That's pretty fucking spot on.
Yeah, I've known you for too long, Brandon.
Whatever, Matt.
You're
welcome.
So I thought about seeing Batman for a third time.
Oh my god!
No.
What? You hate yourself that much?
For like a half a second. But instead, I went and saw. I forgot to talk about this before. I went and saw Infinite Storm.
Infinite. What is that?
It's like an indie. I don't know. I forgot who it was by, but it was called Infinite Storm. And
Catwoman.
it is this.
Catwoman is by.
What?
Catwoman is by.
What?
Catwoman is by.
So Infinite Storm is it's a story. It's a movie about this woman who like. Do you care if I spoil it?
No, go ahead. I haven't even.
You
never
even heard of it, right? I also hadn't heard of it.
But
it got like nominated for a couple things, so I was like, all right, I'll go see.
Okay.
I think you should see it at some point. Everybody should see it because it's got a very strong female lead who's more of a badass than I could ever even imagine being. Like, unfucking believable.
All right.
The movie wasn't great, though.
I hate that.
So the story is like, she's going up on this mountain, and there's about to be this big snowstorm. So like it kind of starts off like it doesn't really tell you very much. It starts you in the black and the like not you don't really know. So she's like getting ready to go. She wakes up. She's probably like in her mid 50s, maybe early 50s, somewhere around there. And she's prepping to go up, and she's got like they show you at the beginning, but I kind of didn't really realize what it was until like later. But I just thought it was like her jacket. Like she works for the search and rescue, mountain like search and rescue. I figured she just worked for it, and she just like that was just her jacket. It's a good jacket. She wears it whenever.
Right.
But so she was packing all her stuff. She stops by and gets some cocoa from this dude, and the dude's like really trying to talk her out of like, please don't go up there.
Right.
Okay. Did you not see the weather? It's going to be a snowstorm. It's going to be the worst storm in a long time.
Okay.
And it's going to be really cold tonight.
And is she from the area, or does she just like climb like for a living? Like, is that just something that
she lives around there somewhere?
Okay.
Like, she lives in proximity. She wakes up in a cabin, in the woods, kind of.
Okay.
It's a house, but it's not like, there's no real.
Right. It's kind of like
clearly she's search and rescue. Like, that's her life. Like, she lives this shit.
Okay.
But she's going.
So she knows. So she understands.
Oh yeah, she's really experienced.
Gotcha.
She's doing it on purpose.
Okay.
It's like she knows what she's doing.
Right.
But you're still thinking like, oh, I don't know. She's gonna be okay. All this stuff. He's like trying to talk like it's gonna be really bad, and her response to him was, "You know what day it is." So now I'm thinking, and on her way out, she sees like a picture of her two little kids, and she's definitely not that age anymore. So I'm like, okay. In my mind, I'm like, she probably lost her kids at some point.
Right.
And she just needs to like. She needs to hike it. She goes, she's just cheap. This is cheaper than therapy. So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, okay, so she's just going to hike.
Is it though? All the gear and time?
Probably over a couple of years.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Depends on how often you go, I guess. You're right. Okay.
Right?
Because if you buy good gear, it lasts.
So I'm thinking that she just wants to like go hike up this trail and clear her mind. And she's like,
right.
The mountains are like speak to people, all that stuff. Like I get it. It makes sense. So then she shows up to this like trailhead, and there's one people leaving, and she's about to leave. She's about to head out. So one people's showing back up to their car to leave, like go home. And then there's another car. She goes, "Do you guys know who that car is?" She's like, "No, we don't." Okay. So then she heads out, and it's like, okay, weird.
That's the people coming back.
It wasn't them. Like they got in their car and they left. They're not important.
Oh, so she didn't know who the car was. Oh, okay. She was legitimately asking, "Hey, who is that?"
She's like, "Do you guys know who that car is?" Because there's no car.
Because
there's about to be a storm. So then she climbs up the mountain, kind of falls at one point. Like clearly, it's just showing it's really hard to get up there. It's not like casual hiking or anything.
Yeah. It's not an easy trail.
Correct.
It's a very
so
you have to know what you're doing.
She gets up there, and then, the storm kind of hits. And then the storm really hits. She tried to hold out and stuff like that. And then she's like, then you get up there. Up in the thick of it, like snow everywhere. It looks horrible. Like, holy shit, I wouldn't want to be out there. And then you hear some random voice scream. And then you're like, okay, what's happening? And then she starts looking for this dude or this person.
Right.
And you realize that, like, basically she finds this guy who's out there. It was basically there to kill himself. She's out there looking for him. She has clothes in her pack for him. And so the vibe I'm getting, again, they don't explain this.
Right. No. It's a can you figure it out story.
The vibe I'm getting is like she goes out there because she doesn't like this happens pretty often, I guess.
Yeah. Now I almost don't want you to spoil it.
But it's weird that it's like on a specific date, and then it's like weird that she happens to find this person, but so she finds this dude who's like in shorts and sneakers,
right,
in the middle of, like on the top of a mountain.
Not prepared for this at all.
Oh fuck no, he's about to die. He's
right,
like
exactly. He doesn't care. Like that. Right, exactly.
But she has clothes in her bag specifically to put on somebody.
God, I almost don't want you to fucking spoil it now. Like this, you're doing a really good job of setting it up. I know, but you're doing a really good job at it.
Thank you. But so she like dresses him, and then she literally drags his ass down the mountain. She changed like the weirdest thing to me. She's like, "All right, I'm gonna take your clothes off." In this snowstorm on the top of a mountain, this dude doesn't even he's not even conscious. Right. He's just laying there basically.
Oh, fun.
So then she puts on and starts dragging him down the mountain, stuff like that. And then you experience like their fight to get down the mountain.
Okay.
It's a good amount of time.
Is it their fight or is it her fight? Well, with this extra weight.
Yeah, he's kind of like, honestly, he kind of wants to kill himself, so he runs in the opposite direction at one point.
Oh, Jesus.
And then he's got frostbitten toes. Like, they show the toes, they show the fingers.
Fuck.
He's like real messed up. She's trying to save him. She's at one point, eventually, she kind of gets him to like be like, okay, we're in this together. Let's go. Like, fight. I was shocked he was alive as is. And then at one point, they're like, oh, we got below the trees, and then he falls into a river.
What the fuck?
Gets washed down the river. He's crossing this log, and he's like grabbing. I'm like, okay, he's definitely not going to fall in, because if he falls in, he's dead.
Right.
And this is going to be bullshit. He falls in, so I'm like, well, this is annoying that this whole thing was like about this guy, and now he's dead because he's clearly gone because he fell in the river, and then he booked it. And then she starts crying, and it's like, okay, well, I guess it's a weird ending, but whatever, I can get with it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she hears a voice, and then they kind of smash cut, and it's kind of an awkward cut because then she's like at the mouth of the river, even though she wasn't at the beginning.
Okay.
And like all of a sudden, and then she finds him, and guess what? He's still alive and in the water.
Of course.
And I'm like, this is like below freezing shit, and there's no way he's still alive. This is obnoxious, and I'm kind of annoyed. But whatever. She cleans him up. They keep going. Awesome. So it's this huge thing, and I'm like, okay. So I imagine the backstory is she had 2 daughters, and they tried to climb this, but they weren't prepared, and they died.
Right.
And she refuses to let anybody else die in the side of this mountain. Does that not make sense?
That absolutely is where I thought it was going to go. Right, exactly. Well, maybe not perfect, but very. It fits. That's where it goes. So, exactly. Very fitting.
2 blue ball things. They get down to the parking lot. And she's like, yes, we're back in the parking lot. I'm excited. She's excited. Everyone's excited. She turns on her car.
Everyone
turns on her car. And then she's like, come on. She keeps calling him John because she doesn't know his name because he's insane.
Right.
She's like, come on, get in the car, John. And then, you know what he does? He fucking runs.
Oh, my God.
This man who couldn't, like, see straight is now sprinting for his personal car.
Right.
Unlocks it, gets in, turns the car on, drives away.
And drives away. Are you fucking serious?
I was like, what the fuck just happened? So then that's the first blue ball. Well, I'm like,
okay. Well,
I'm
I
like,
guess
all right. Well, I was so excited for her to take him to the hospital. We were going to learn about this guy, learn about her, all this stuff.
Why they're connected.
And this motherfucker just literally runs away. He has frostbitten toes.
But can drive. But can drive. He can run and then drive.
He sprints away, gets in his car, drives away. She's like,
obviously.
I liked her reaction. She was like, what? Which is kind of funny. But so he goes.
Tell me that it was scripted as, okay, we're going to get to the car, and then on the day, hey, you need to run.
I would love it. I would love that. But it's definitely not. So then she goes home.
Well, okay, but is it blue balls because we at least know who drove the car? I would be pissed if we got down to the mountain and it wasn't his car.
My blue balls because I want to know his name. I want to know everything about him. He's going to the hospital clearly because he's about to fucking die.
Okay.
Like she's in horrible condition. He's in horrible condition. Like we've been fighting down this mountain. We finally get back to the cars, and you know what? And then he just fucking
leaves,
bolts away.
Yeah,
he's just gone forever.
He's gone,
and you're like, all right. What the hell happens now?
What was the fucking point?
So then she goes home and just goes home, takes her clothes off, lays in the kitchen, eats pizza, drinks beer. She chugs 2 beers, which was out of nowhere. It was really weird. She like chugs 2 beers. It's like she's got like saliva coming out. She burps and stuff, which I'm fine with, but it was just it was random. Everything else, it was out of nowhere. So then she goes to sleep. She starts, and then she lives her life basically. And then
what do you mean she lives her life? What do you mean?
She goes to sleep, man. You wake up the next morning. What do you want from me?
No, how much more do we know? Do we see like a montage?
We eventually find out. Like no. So she goes to sleep and stuff, and I'm just like, this is fucking obnoxious. But you find out more about the daughters also.
Okay.
Which also I'm annoyed by because the story is her daughters died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
How does that tie in at all?
Exactly. She's just young daughters, put them to sleep. Then she goes into the living room, sleeps on the couch, cracks the window, and then she wakes up all like fucked up from carbon monoxide poisoning, and her daughters die. Very sad. Very sad. But has no connection to the mountains and stuff.
Okay, cool. So gotcha. Okay.
So I'm annoyed by it. I don't understand the mountains. It has no connection.
Just there. They're
just
there.
I'm so annoyed by that. But
because that's where they live, I guess.
I don't fucking know, man. But they died so young too. So then eventually you find out
by climbing a mountain.
The dude goes to hospital, I think maybe, but they don't really talk about that. He calls anonymously into a news station that wants to, because he wants to get her credit to be like, she saved my life, got the names, and then people, and then a news reporter shows up randomly. So you get a clip of the news reporter of just kind of being asking do you want to find this guy? And then they eventually meet and they talk, and then his kid, I guess he went up there looking for his kid who I guess he lost him at some point on that mountain. So he goes up there once in a while because he forgot to see him face, I think. I don't know. It's really kind of blurry. They have an emotional conversation and stuff, but
fuck it, who cares?
I don't know. I was
paying attention.
I was annoyed by that.
It was the emotional climax of the movie.
I was annoyed by that point.
It was all the information we needed to know is the connection.
I wanted the kids to die in the mountain. I wanted the dude. Honestly, I wanted the dude to die in the mountain. I want her to be I don't know,
to die on the mountain.
So it was all right.
I wanted the car to die on the mountain.
But it was all right. I was the only dude.
And that was it. That was it?
Yep, that was it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm glad you spoiled it.
Yeah, it's kind of not worth it.
I mean, no,
but everyone else should.
You
go see
had
it.
me the whole. Okay,
Everybody should go see it.
Should everybody go see Batman?
No, nobody should go. They made enough movies.
Okay,
they made enough
I didn't
money.
know if it was Matt didn't
Infinite
like this.
Storm can make
you
more
need to
money,
go
I
and-
think, because I was the only one in the theater. I went to go see Alamo.
I was
the Alamo.
I was the second person in Belfast. I'm
Oh,
pretty
nice.
sure that
Hell
the
yeah.
only person there
It's always awkward.
was
when
pissed.
There's also awkward. Yep. Oh, were you the second one that
I was
walked
the
in?
second one who walked in. Yep. He was pissed.
As I've been that person.
Yep.
I
Yep.
absolutely have been pissed.
Oh, absolutely.
God
Same.
damn it.
Oh, absolutely the same.
Because no one's there. I'm checking my phone.
I'm okay. Yep. I'm checking the time right. I'm okay. I'm okay laughing when I feel like it's okay
Right?
to
I
laugh.
know.
Right? I mean, for Belfast, I did. I don't give a fuck if he thought it was
That's
funny
true.
or not.
That's true.
Um,
See, I'm okay with laughing and
now-
stuff. But
well, yeah, you better be, because if something's funny, you laugh,
I
bitch.
agree. I agree.
Did you not like the movie because it gave you PTSD?
Dude, I also thought about that. Well, I was like, we are such bitches. Like we were on the side of that fucking hill.
Yeah.
We don't have time for to go in that fucking story.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
Because we got to go eat something
I
at
know.
some point.
I'm getting fucking hungry.
No, but I was the whole time. I'm like, God.
You told me hike a
we are
blizzard at a
such
mountain, and I'm like, oh,
bitches.
the entire fucking time.
Compared to this. Like literally, oh my God, she fell down like the mountain. They also fell down a hill.
Oh, okay.
He busted his ankle
Oh,
at some
okay.
point too.
Oh.
He got up. It was fine.
Of course, right? Yeah, because you get frostbitten, you get a broken leg, whatever. Just keep walking. Walk it off.
Frostbitten toes, and he
Walk
was
it
like,
off.
she was like, "Oh, you got all your fingers and toes?" He's like, "Yep, they're all working." I'm like, "Bullshit! What are you talking about? I saw those.
No.
Those toes were black."
But they're there.
Oh my
But
God,
they're there.
Bullshit, dude.
That's or did you not like it because they stole your story? Is that yeah?
The story is. I don't even want to.
So that was what I mean. Like, did you not like
the
it
story
because
was so much like I was such like a. We were that
I think
dude
about that.
in the.
I think about that all
in
the
the-
time. I think about that story all the fucking time. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll tell that story in the future. But
Yeah,
that
we'll
story
get
was
there.
just like, oh my God. We were terrible. It's one of those moments. We talked about mental health earlier.
Yep.
It was like, hey, just because somebody else had it worse, has it worse, doesn't mean it invalidates you.
Very true. Very true. Exactly. You guys went through some shit that night.
God, Coco was there. He's asleep now. He's finally asleep.
Fucking finally. And now we're gonna get up.
I know. I'm gonna get up because I have to pee so badly.
I do too. But I've.
All right, it's over. Stop it. We're done.
Okay. Yeah. Is there an outro? Or are we doing? Or is it just like, all right?